Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as promised, I'm going to take you out to the new property and give you a short tour of our 3.1 acres. There's a driveway gate on the property that someone broke down. So, small repair project today in addition to the property tour. So there's actually two ways to get to the property. As I was coming over the bridge there, as soon as you come over the bridge, I could turn right and go upriver. And it's about 10 miles from that turnoff. Or I could turn left after the bridge and go up the coast, which adds about 3.5 miles. But I love the drive up the coast. It's just beautiful. So that's the route we're taking today. Where my gate repair is going to happen today. Okay guys, so I just finished the gate repair down at the driveway. Pretty simple project, only took me about 30 minutes. Just a matter of digging a hole, mixing some concrete, and sinking a 6-foot 4x4. Anyway, if you guys want to see simple projects like that, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I won't film those real simple projects. So as promised, I'm going to give you just a quick tour of our 3.1 acre property that we intend to develop long-term into our homestead. As I mentioned in my last video, we acquired this property Just a few weeks ago, we closed on it. So we haven't really done anything yet to the property other than just survey it. It's a pretty cool property, and there are a lot of different aspects to the property that are going to serve us well, I think, for our long-term homestead development. I'm standing in front of a part of the property where the driveway comes up, and behind you is the house. There is an existing house. As I mentioned in the last video, it's our intention to bulldoze this house. It's in pretty bad repair. Black mold, just the ceilings are the old 7-foot ceilings. So I'm 6 foot. When I walk in, literally my hand's on the ceiling right here. So the house just isn't going to work for us. We do intend to bulldoze it, like I said, and we will rebuild another house down the road. Back to this area, the well house sets right behind me here. There is a well on the property, obviously. There's also a spring on the property. The spring is in the back corner of the property, and it's pretty overgrown. I don't know too much about that spring, and I'm going to have my well inspector come out and educate me on how that spring works. It appears that it once irrigated the orchard. So if that thing is still operable, then that's going to do great as far as our irrigation for our raised bed gardens that we intend to develop, and I'll show you where we're going to do that. But this is the well house. It's going to be one of my first projects to rebuild that well house. It currently just consists of just weathered, untreated plywood on the for the walls. The inside is pretty overgrown. It looks like it's been rodent infested. So I'm going to take that whole well house down and rebuild that proper. This area is pretty cool. Whoever originally developed this property definitely knew something about plants, both exotics and indigenous plants, because there are some specimens on this property. And they haven't been maintained for a long time, but they are here and seem to be thriving. So I look forward to giving those interesting plants the attention they deserve. All right, let's keep going. So behind me is the entryway driveway. It's probably, I don't know, almost 100 yards from the road to this point, and then the driveway turns and veers to the right this direction and then up to the house. We own the property this direction for probably 30 to 50 yards, and there is some running water down there. There's no paths or trails that I've discovered yet that go to that running water, but I did see reference in an old 1960s easement agreement where this property has the rights to pull water out of that stream. So that's pretty cool. That's a third water source for me, should I ever need it. Behind you, I'll come over and flip the camera around here. You see that road, it's an overgrown road, but at some point someone had developed this road, and our property goes back down that road almost 200 feet. So it's quite a ways, and it's pretty overgrown back there, but some level areas. It does fall off pretty steep this direction, about halfway up that road, but there are some level areas, you know, just about 100 feet or so up this road. And don't know if I'll ever do anything up there, but we could potentially put a guest house or I don't know, something up there. Okay, so I'm standing in the orchard now. We were absolutely delighted to discover this property had an orchard that was planted back in the 1990s. Clearly the orchard has not been maintained for a long time, and we have no idea what these trees will bear. nor do we know what kind of trees these are. There appears to be 13 or 14 different trees in the orchard. They're all leaving, some more than others. This guy right here, I don't know if that's in frame or not, but it appears to not have very many leaves on it, but it actually is leaving pretty well. None of the trees are flowering yet, so we're not sure, again, what these trees are going to bear. Probably they're apple trees. There may be some pear trees. Pear trees grow real well here. Plum trees. We don't know. So we're excited to find out, and we're a few months away from being able to discover that. So the orchard is probably, I don't know, maybe half an acre in size, maybe a little bit larger than that. Real cool space. We're excited about this orchard. Let's keep going. Okay, so now we're at the east end of the orchard, and you see in front of me, or behind me rather, is 6 of these poles. They look like they're old telephone pole posts. Apparently the original owner of this property was going to build a pole barn here, and for whatever reason they put the posts in but never built the barn. So this space is screaming raised bed gardens. It's so perfect. It has pretty good sun coverage throughout the day. This tree here, which is one of the orchard trees, one of the larger orchard trees, is shading this corner. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, but the rest of this space is really gets a lot of sun. So we have a ton of deer and bear and every other kind of wildlife around here. So all I have to do is come in and sink some 4x4 posts in between each of these, build my gates on either end, fence it, and this is going to be where we develop the raised bed gardens. It couldn't be more perfect. So here's another quick shot of that area where the raised bed gardens are going to be, and the orchard beyond. And this is from a little sort of a little forested area to the very east of all that space. And you can imagine my surprise and delight when we discovered this on the property. Check that out. It's like an old prospector's cabin. I'm not going in there just yet, but you can stand up. It's about 7 foot tall in there. Some old windows. Pretty cool. Look at that roof. Old shake style roof, probably cedar. Port Orford cedar grows well around here. In fact, I'll show you the Port Orford cedar tree we've got in the back of the property. But isn't that cool? Again, there's that area for the raised bed gardens. So from the orchard and garden area, there is a trail that leads down to the back of the property. And I'm gonna obviously develop this trail. I'm gonna bring some stone in. I'm actually tractor shopping right now for a compact tractor for the homestead. Lots of projects to do around here where a tractor with a bucket loader and a backhoe will come in real handy. So I'm in the market for a tractor. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. I'm looking at the Branson 2400 right now. I like the price point there, and they seem to be pretty solid tractors. I looked at the Kubotas and the Mahindras, the Kioti. I like those as well, but price point's a little rich for me on the new side. And used tractors anymore, my gosh, I can't even find a used tractor that's priced right. So real quick, this area right here, this is where I'm gonna build my first outbuilding. So after I do the well house, the plan is to build a 400 square foot shop garage, someplace we can store the camper, as well as supplies for future development of the homestead. Where we are in our county, if you live on more than 2 acres, you don't need a permit to build up to 400 square feet of non-dwelling space. So that's real nice. Lots of efficient buildings can be built in under 400 square feet. So that's going to happen there. Give you a quick shot of the existing house back here. This again is the house that's going to be bulldozed. It's just in too much disrepair. The structure to the right is the garage, and to the left is the house. So there's also a septic tank on the property, which exists just to the left of the end of the house there. That tank is going to be replaced. That's a project that we're working on right now, pulling a permit for, and then we'll be in good shape with the septic. That tree right there, by the way, is the Port Orford cedar that I mentioned. That's a beautiful specimen tree. Port Orford cedar is fun to put inside your house because it's got the most delicious cedar smell. And finally, the south end of the house, real pretty as well. Nice south side yard here, mostly forested. The hillside here at the bottom of the hill is the driveway, which you saw. And just, again, the property has not been maintained, so lots of work to do to get this place cleaned up. And that's why we bought it. It's going to be one project after another and chock full of fun. Well, guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.